Okay, let's dive right into this explainer. Today, we're looking at a really fascinating intersection in the short-term rental world. We're talking about how to get incredibly efficient, completely spotless turnovers while maintaining the vital freedom of independent contractors. Because if you operate in the Airbnb space, cleaning isn't just some minor detail. It's literally the absolute foundation of your success. But here's the big question. How do you guarantee that perfect, five-star result every single time without illegally micromanaging the people who are actually doing the work? Well, that's exactly what we're going to unpack today.
So, here's a roadmap for today. We've got 1. The 5-star cleanliness standard. 2. Contractors and defining results. 3. The 3-pass bathroom method. 4. Kitchen deep cleaning tips. And finally, 5. Achieving the spotless result.
Let's just start right here with the elephant in the room. What actually makes a 5-star Airbnb clean? In this industry, an impeccably clean space is completely non-negotiable. I mean, you could have a beautifully designed, magazine-worthy property, but if a guest finds a single stray hair or a sticky countertop, you are getting a terrible review. Guests expect a just-like-new feel. Meeting that guest-ready standard really means erasing all visible signs of the previous occupants. It's all about speed, efficiency, and a truly deep level of sanitization.
All right, moving into Section 1, the 5-star cleanliness standard.
Now, what's really interesting here is how this standard frames the work itself. Having a visual scope of work like this checklist you see, it proves that we are focused purely on defining the final guest-ready result. In the cleaning business, as Stephanie Pipkin points out in the Filthy Rich Cleaners podcast, a checklist is essentially a security blanket for everybody involved. It explicitly spells out the scope of work. We aren't using this to dictate minute-by-minute actions. Instead, we use it to simply say, hey, this is what a finished, successful turnover looks like.
And here is a super helpful benchmark to keep in the back of your mind. 1.5 to 2. According to industry data, this is the number of hours it typically takes to clean a standard one-bedroom Airbnb. Now, larger houses will obviously take more time for sure, but knowing this specific benchmark helps you gauge your overall efficiency. If a standard one-bedroom is taking you 4 hours, well, there might be some room to optimize your routine. But on the flip side, if it's only taking you 30 minutes, you're probably missing some critical details.
Which brings us to Section 2, contractors and defining results.
Take a second to look at this quote, because it highlights a massive legal reality in this industry. Misclassifying employees as independent contractors is totally illegal and carries huge penalties. State agencies look really closely at who controls the work, and because of this, dictating exact, required step-by-step methods to an independent contractor is a major legal risk, and one that we strictly avoid.
This comparison brilliantly illustrates the difference. An employee might get a strict mandate, right? Something like, you must clean the mirror first, then the sink, using exactly this blue cloth. But an independent contractor, they have the freedom to utilize their own personal routines just as long as that final 5-star outcome is achieved. We absolutely care that the mirror and sink are spotless and sanitized, but the exact sequence of how you achieve that is entirely in your hands.
So, the absolutely crucial takeaway here is this. What we are covering today is an orientation, not a mandate. Think of it as a guide to standard results and, how we typically do things. We're going to share some highly successful methods that save time and guarantee quality, but you are fully empowered to adapt them. We guide, we do not dictate.
Let's look at one of those methods now, in Section 3, the 3-pass bathroom method. So this is the TaskBird 3-pass method. It's a logical, incredibly easy-to-remember sequence that guarantees maximum efficiency and makes sure no detail is missed. Instead of just bouncing around the room chaotically, you move rapidly through the space in 3 very distinct waves.
Pass 1 is all about clearing the physical space and getting your prep work done. You neatly remove the garbage, the dirty laundry, the left-behind toiletries. Then you spray your heavy-duty cleaners on the toilet and in the shower or tub. Now here is the real secret sauce. You let the cleaner sit and work passively. Let it break down the grime and build up completely on its own while you handle other things. Seriously, let the chemicals do the heavy lifting for you. Then we slide right into Pass 2, and you'll see how this builds. You dust the vents and vanities and sweep up the floor. Now, because your cleaner has been sitting on that toilet and in the shower for over 10 minutes, the actual cleaning becomes incredibly fast. And notice this pro tip here. Wipe the toilet exterior with disposable paper towels, definitely not reusable cloths. It maintains absolute hygiene. After that, you just hose down the shower and squeegee the excess water dry. It takes a fraction of the time because you already prepped it back in Pass 1.
And finally, Pass 3. This is where you really meet those stringent health and safety standards. You use disinfectants on all the high touch points, so the toilet handle, the faucet, the doorknobs. You do a full glass cleaner pass on the mirrors, and lastly, you mop the floor, starting from the furthest point and literally backing your way out of the door, leaving a sparkling clean bathroom behind you. It is a highly efficient routine.
All right, let's head into the kitchen. Section 4. Kitchen Deep Cleaning Tips.
When we're looking at a 5-star turnover in a kitchen, these are the absolutely critical targets. We aren't just giving the main counter a quick wipe. We're sanitizing the cabinet handles, the microwave buttons, the interior walls of the fridge. We're cleaning the exhaust hood to wash away all that hidden carbon and grease. Using a checklist approach for these high-touch areas guarantees consistency, ensuring that the next guest walks into a kitchen that feels brand new.
Now, this is a very specific, literally vital tip straight from the Vacay Home Connect protocol. The sponge should be new. Do not use a single sponge for multiple cleaning tasks across different rooms. Sponges are actually notorious for harboring bacteria. In fact, they can be grungier than the toilet seat. Swapping in a fresh one is a tiny little detail, but it prevents cross-contamination and ensures true, safe sanitization. It's exactly the kind of professional standard that separates a basic clean from a true 5-star clean.
Which brings us to our final stop, Section 5, Achieving the Spotless Result.
Whatever personal cleaning routine you choose to utilize, it ultimately has to satisfy Airbnb's 5-step enhanced cleaning protocol. This is basically the industry gold standard. 1. Prepare and ventilate the space. 2. Clean the dust and grime. 3. Sanitize all high-touch locations. 4. Check for forgotten items or maintenance issues. And 5. Reset and beautifully stage the property. If your unique workflow hits all 5 of these marks efficiently, you're golden.
So, I'll leave you with this final thought to reflect on. Are your personal routines empowering your freedom while also guaranteeing a 5-star guest experience every single time? The real beauty of being an independent contractor is that you get to choose your path. But the destination, that flawless, sanitized, perfectly staged property, well, that remains exactly the same. Find the routine that works best for you, lean into the standards, and those 5-star reviews will naturally follow. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you on the next one.